Hola amigos, this is level 12 and I'm not dead! Ugh, October is always a hard month to do YouTube and stuff, and after BonsaiCon I was just so tired and a lot of things happened. But I'm not dead, and I thought I'd get back into doing, regular videos by doing something easy and something I've been wanting to do for a while. And so I'm going to tell you about my top 10 favorite anime genres and give you some of my, well, not really best, but some of my high recommendations from each genre. So let's begin. First off is school, and a lot of these animes overlapped with some of my other favorite genres because they would. Like, that makes sense to me. I understand why they did that. So for some of these I tried, especially for school, I tried to pick animes that took place mostly at school, because Slice of Life in school, man, all of those animes pretty much overlap. Like, come on. But, I like the school genre because I am a student and it's relatable and I want to be a teacher, so it's just cool. And also I like school anime that are like about schools, that are like not necessarily magic because there's tons of those, but school anime about like Silver Spoon where it's farming, or school anime like Assassination Classroom, or animes like that. So the first one I have is Great Teacher Onizuka, which is about old high school delinquent who just got his teaching degree and wants to hook up with high school girls. But then that changes and all he wants to do is have the best life for his students. And there's a previous one where you can see his high school life. I forget what that's called, but it actually came out before Great Teacher Onizuka. Great Teacher Onizuka just took off better, and I liked it a lot. There's 50 episodes of it, so have fun with that. I did. Next is Ouran High School Host Club. I like this anime because it's a harem anime, but it's like makes the harem it makes sense for it to be a harem anime because she's part of the host club and they're supposed to make girls around the school feel nice, and it's also funny. And also J. Michael Tatum voices Kiyoya, who is my favorite character, and J. Michael Tatum is my favorite voice actor. So yeah, also Ouran High School Host Club was funny, and it actually had some romance that went somewhere and actually had another love interest other than the, oh, I know she's gonna go for this one, but oh, my favorite host is this. I forget which twin she actually like, that arc was kind of shown, but still. And then Silver Spoon is an anime about a boy who doesn't really like his home life and he wants something different, so he decides to go to this farming school, and he was a city folk, as people call him, and he didn't really fit in well with the country folk, but it's fun to watch him act around them and like learn the ways of farming. And I watched this one with my dad, and it's really sentimental to me just because I watched it with my dad, and it was good. Next is Slice of Life. I really like the Slice of Life genre because it's usually relaxing and easy, and like it's nothing too painful is gonna happen, except Nana's an exception to that rule. So the first one, and also Slice of Life, it's just, there's so much of it, you have like, you can literally filter it with next to anything and it'll work out. So the first one is Anohana, the flower we saw that day, and this one was really beautiful and sad. I mean, it was really lighthearted up until like the end. Like, it's gonna be sad when like the first episode, she died, is like one of the first lines that ever happens. But it's really good, it's really nice, really good character development. For some characters, there are still some that I'm like, ugh, you suck, but really good. You really get to see how like one event can change the course of everyone's lives. And I mean, a death would, but Then we have Blend S, who is comical and funny and stupid, and I made an entire video about it. It's just, I love Blend S. It's adorable, it's cute. And also it takes another spin on the harem genre by having a cafe dedicated to tropes of characters. It's just nice. I like it. And finally we have Nana, who will rip out your heart and eat it for breakfast. Oh my gosh, Nana was so sad. I didn't expect it to be as sad as it was, but it just was. And it was good, and the manga series went on longer, but I think if I had any more, the manga series was a lot sadder than the anime, so if you couldn't handle the anime because of how sad it was, don't read the manga. The manga was, oh my gosh, Nana is so good, and it doesn't go as far as the manga did, but it went far enough that it felt complete, and it was really good. The only thing you're left wondering is what happens to certain characters, because you're not really given what happens to them. It's just kind of up in the air, I guess, but Nana was so good. Also, it's a music anime, so if you like music, you'll definitely love Nana. I loved it so much. It's romance. It's great. Just watch it and shut up. Next is Shoujo Ai. Yes, I like Shoujo Ai. So, I don't know why I like it. I just do. I don't like Shonen Ai as much, but Shoujo Ai is where it's at. I guess because the characters are always cuter, and Shoujo Ai is a lot less graphic than Yuri, and it's just, I mean, I guess some people will say, oh, you're fetishizing lesbians, and I'm like, yes, but I have a reason. I'm kind of one. Anyway, so the first one is, Yuri Kuma Arashi. I made an entire video on how you should go in watching this, and it's really weird, it's really creepy, really has some non-con vibes in it, but, you know, whatever floats your boat. And it's kind of weird, but it's great. It has a nice ending, it has a nice story. One character never got the justice she deserved, but that's a story for another time. Just Yuri Kuma Arashi. It's great. Next we have Candy Boy, and Candy Boy, I'm on the 5th episode out of like 7. They're only 15-minute long episodes. One of them's actually only 11 minutes long. And Candy Boy is about these two twin sisters that, you know, develop the feelings. And I'm only on like the 4th or 5th episode, but it's for an anime from its time, and it being like an OVA or an ONA or something like that, it's decent. It's not the best, but I only tried to pick animes that I've seen. I know Citrus is really good. Happy Sugar Life has to be really good. Really anything other than Candy Boy would be pretty decent, but I just wanted to put animes that I've seen and could give an honest recommendation. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just, it's not good. It's not the best out there for Shoujo Ai. Probably the best on the screen right now is probably Yuri Kuma Arashi, and that's only because Nimazine is, pain porn. It's very graphic in more than one ways. It's horror, it's hentai in a way, it's disgusting, it's a lot in crazy and a lot of Norse mythology, and it's weird, and it's just type in Nimazine, Rin, daughter of Nimazine, and look at the screenshots, and you decide for yourself if you're brave enough to watch it. Each episode, I believe there's 5 to 6, are 45 minutes long, and it spans about 100 years, you know, I guess, maybe 200, I don't know. It's a really good show. I liked it, but that's only because I'm the target audience, I guess, for this type of show. That sounds really weird, but I am. Watch it, see what, well, first don't watch it. Watch a review of it. Glass Reflection does a really good review on it. Misty/Chronexia, and his top 10 short anime list, he talks about it pretty decently. Try to find it uncensored, because I found it with some pretty heavy censors, and it's better without the censors, in my opinion. But, yeah, but as I said before, just like do as much research on it as you can without spoilers, just to know if you can handle this, because it's not for the lighthearted. At 7 we have sports, and I know what some of you are gonna be thinking. Ugh, sports anime. Oh my gosh, they're boring. Wah, I hate sports. And I'm like, you would be right until you find a sport that you like. Now, there's more manga for sports, because I wanted to watch a bowling anime, but there's only a bowling manga. Whatever. But everyone at least likes one sport, whether some people count it as a sport or not. Even Welcome to the Ballroom was sports anime. Just give it a shot and see what you think about it before you diss an entire genre. Like, I've seen plenty of mecha. I dislike mecha because I dislike mecha, but sports I had never given it a try, and I just swept it under the rug like, this is gonna be boring. But no, actually I found quite a few sports anime I was interested in. The first sports anime I ever watched was Ping Pong, and its animation style is completely different than any anime you're gonna see. I want to say it wasn't a Chinese anime, but it has a Chinese character in it that for some reason only speaks Chinese, and I watched the English version, mind you, and all he still spoke was Chinese. It was fabulous, loved it. But Ping Pong, the animation is obviously about ping pong, but it's just really good. Like, one character had never been beaten in his life, and then he's suddenly beaten. Then he almost gives up ping pong, and another character who didn't want his didn't want people he liked to lose, would lose on purpose, even though he could win. And it's really great. You should watch it, especially because Ping Pong the animation isn't like most sports anime, and the fact that, I don't know, it's just different, okay? And then One Outs is super good. It's a kind of psychological. It's this pitcher who all he ever played was one outs games where like you try to strike the batter out in one hit, kind of, and it was fabulous. Like, the pitcher was so great. He played by the rules as much as he could. He figured out the tricks of the other team. He used the tricks to his advantage. And you really get to see how the team manager really... Because he has a really weird contract on how he gets paid. And the manager does everything he can to keep as much money as he can. And, like, I believe his name is Takaguchi. Just puts all his tricks down the drain. It's great. I love it. Sports anime. Really give it a chance. If you've never seen one, I guess you could watch Yuri on Ice or Haikyuu or Free if you just want cute boys, but really try to get invested into other types of sports animes that are actually about the sports but have good stories. 6 is seinen, and most of you probably don't know what this genre is, but seinen anime are anime targeted to older men, like 18 to 20-year-old men. And I don't know why I like this genre, but I do. I like a lot of shows from this genre. And if you only see one show out of this entire list, it better be Bartender, because it is the bomb. It is amazing. It's a beautiful story. I cried at the end. It's about this dude who owns a bar called Eden Hall, and he, like a bartender, I'm just about to give away the first episode, but bartenders are supposed to be calm and nurturing and meant to just listen to your stories and be a friend while you drink away your troubles. It's great. It's amazing. He just tries to find the glass of the gods. He's great. I believe there's another anime currently airing with a similar feel to it, but this one, Bartender, the original one from like 2000-something, 2006, I don't know. The early 2000s, watch it. It's great. And I love it. Next is The Virgin Witch Maria, and this one's good too, except if you're not into religious topics, you might not like it, but I am, so I did. And it's about this witch who has never, and her powers go away when she does, and it's really great. And she just tries to, she doesn't like fighting and she doesn't like war, and it takes place during the 100 Years' War, the one where Joan of Arc was traded and then killed, something like that. That war, I believe it's the 100 Years' War, and all she does is stop the battles, and somehow the witches make money from the battles. I don't know how, but they do, and she stops them, and they don't like that, but it's really great. Next is Rosen Maiden. I didn't really like Rosen Maiden, I guess. I didn't want to put Tonari no Seki-kun on here because that one is definitely a school anime. But Tonari no Seki-kun is probably better than Rosen Maiden. Rosen Maiden I found was really boring, except I heard the reboot of it, or the remake of it, whatever, is better than the original, which is the one I saw, but go into Rosen Maiden at your own risk. I can't exactly remember another really good one off the top of my head. I believe Himoto Umaru-chan for some reason is a seinen anime. I don't know why, but it is, but I guess you could have that for some fun. Next is Dementia, and this is a really weird genre. It's hard to explain, and I'm pretty sure none of you have seen it. Anything by the dude who directed Perfect Blue or Paranoia Agent or Paprika, because he wrote all of them, are Dementia anime probably. And Dementia anime, the best I can find it, are anime that makes you question our reality, that makes you question what's possible of the human condition, and makes you really think what are humans capable of, I guess, is the best way I can put it. Dementia to me makes me think of deteriorating, and that's really good because a lot of the characters in these shows go through deteriorating mental states. So the first one is Fully Cooley. It also got a remake this year, and it's really good. I watched it when I was like 8 or 9 though, so I didn't really pick up all the references. So I would highly recommend watching it when you're older. All of these I would recommend watching when you're like 15, 16, and fully understand when you think you fully understand the human psychology, because, man, that's a road trip. But Fully Cooley is it's a really good show. It's really decent. It's really well made. It's only 6 episodes. I believe they're all, like, normal length, but they're short. And it's also kind of mecha, but it's, like, not enough mecha to be, like, gross, but Fully Cooley. It's really good. Next we have Perfect Blue, and it's about an idol singer who gives up her idol singer-ness to be an actress, and then suddenly all of her friends just start dying around her, and her old band starts doing super well because her old idol group is doing super well when it wasn't, and she just has to battle with this decision that she's made, and she got this really inappropriate role, and it's just you see what she sees through her head. Like, she's seeing all these weird things, and you stop knowing what is real and what is fake. And it's really good, and there's a book, I almost bought it, but I didn't, but Perfect Blue was originally like a light novel kind of thing. It's so good, oh my gosh. And the dude, and the English voice actor who voiced, like, the guy you think is the bad guy, he should have done more roles, because he did spectacular in Perfect Blue. It was really good. Next we have Genius Party. I did not even finish Genius Party because it was so weird. Genius Party is so weird. And there's 2 of these movie collections. Genius Party is a collection of short films. I believe it's about 2 hours long. It used to be on Netflix, which is how I got my hands on it. But it's so weird. It's so weird. Each little short is different and odd, and I don't even know how to describe it, but it's dementia perfectly. It's just, if you ever have the chance to watch Genius Party and you're curious about the dementia genre, Genius Party is the thing to get you into whatever you need to know about the dementia genre. It's fabulous. Next we have game anime, and I almost put this together with sports, but I realized I couldn't really do that because sports are very much different from games. So first, and I like game animes because I like to play board games and stuff, and like not sports games, and yeah, also just like gambling, and a lot of game anime have gambling elements, and I'm currently playing this game called Game of Dice, which is heavily rooted in gambling, but whatever. So first we have No Game No Life, and I believe this is one of the most popular game anime that exist. It's about these 2 characters that love to play any type of game. Computer games, board games, card games, you name it. And I believe a movie has came out, I believe, a year or 2 ago, and it's supposed to continue the story. No idea when we're getting the 2nd season, but they're trying to reclaim the kingdom in the name of humans? Question mark? I can't really remember because it's been a while since I've seen it, but it's also really colorful. Whoever was the art director for this, who like made it so colorful, give them a medal, please, an award, something. They deserve it. It's great. I love it. Next we have Death Parade, which gets you in under false pretenses. It says, it kind of says that when 2 people die at the same time, they play a game to see who will be reborn and who will, like, die forever. That isn't necessarily the case, not fully, but it's really good, and, like, the ending is a plot twist and a half. It is amazing. If you don't watch any, I said this about Bartender, but if you watch Bartender and then you have no idea what to watch after that, watch Death Parade. And I have a Deckham cosplay who is this dude with the white hair you see in like the bartender outfit. It's also really similar to Bartender in a way. Like, I don't get that, but they're just really similar. And I just have that cosplay, and he's one of my favorite characters to cosplay, Deckham, and it's great. Watch it, please. After Bartender, watch Death Parade. And, like, they play games to see who's best fit to, like, live or die. And, like, even if you lose the game, you can be, like, reborn. Because the game is supposed to test if you were a good human in life or not. And if you weren't, then you die forever. And if you were, you get to live. And, like, they play, like, darts. And the games always have, like, a catch to them. They're fabulous. I love them. Next is Kakaguri, which is a gambling anime and a half. Again, it's really good. It's about this girl who just loves to gamble, and she never loses. She doesn't really cheat often. There's this guy that's literally just there to explain the games and how the school works. He has no other purpose than that, and it's not annoying, but it's just like you exist as a narrator. I hope you know that. I hope you're happy with that in your life. But I'm going to... Also, it's on Netflix, so you have no excuse not to watch this one. But I will be rewatching it probably over Christmas break just to, refresh myself. And yeah, it's really good. You should watch it, especially if you have a gambling complex like me. Next is 3 psychological, and I like psychological anime because, I don't know, I like thinking about psychology. I don't know, it's fun. So first we have Death Note, and obviously you can see the psychological battle between L and Light, because it's like, what are we doing? What's happening? And you're really left on edge on who's smarter than the other, and I'm really disappointed in the ending, but it's still really good. You should watch it and not the Netflix human adaptation. That's trash. Next is Satoshi Kon's, who is the dude who made Perfect Blue and Paprika, I believe. He made Paranoia Agent as well, and Paranoia Agent is also dementia, but it's such a perfect psychological anime. It really makes you, again, it makes you question what our reality is and makes you question where the reality starts and ends. But Paranoia Agent is the best title you can have for this show, because it really makes you question who Shonen Bat is and why things happen for what they do. It's great. I love it. I recently just finished it, and it's perfect. Watch it, please. Paranoia Agent, 10 out of 10, would recommend. And it's about this girl who gets attacked, and then like almost every other person in the town's getting attacked, and it's great. Next we have School Live, which could be counted as a school anime or horror anime, but School Live is perfect for psychological anime because it hints that something's wrong with this girl in the head. It super duper hints that the girl, I made an entire video about it, I forget her name, I think it's called Yuki, the girl with the pink hair. It hints that she's not all there, and when you realize what's happening, you're just like, oh my god, what the heck. And it's the perfect little hinting, like, hint, 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 and then boom, like 100%. It's great. I love it. You should watch it. As we get further down the genres, I'm just gonna continue to say watch it, please. Like, number 2 is military anime, and surprisingly Hetalia wasn't a military anime, but whatever. And I think I like military anime because I grew up on Avatar: The Last Airbender and Fullmetal Alchemist, and they are both, well, Avatar: The Last Airbender isn't an anime, but it's fully rooted in that military garb and get-up and stuff like that, and war and stuff. War anime is my jam, and so that's why I think I like it. I also think I like military anime because it makes me think of history, and I really love history. So yeah, I'm just nerding out right now. So first is Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. You can watch the original, but I swear to God, Brotherhood is so much better. And he works for the military. He's a military dog, I believe, and it's just, it uses Führer, and if you see one of the movies, you can see how it correlates with World War II. It's fabulous. It's great. Next is Tanya, the Saga of Tanya the Evil, sorry. And it says it doesn't mock any real-life events before every episode, but you can tell it's like World War I, World War II mashup. Germany taking over everywhere. And they even call it the Fatherland, which I swear they used to call Germany. Like Deutschland, I'm pretty sure that means fatherland. Like, or something land. Something like that. But it's really good. It's about this guy who didn't believe in karma or God or anything. And God was like, well, I'll put you in the body of this little girl and see how well you do. And he does spectacular. It's a ruthless little tyrant that's a general, and she's great. And her pen sells. She has like a special medal. It sells for like $120 on Tokyo Otaku Mode, and you know, if I had a job, I would be saving for that. And finally is Sound of the Sky, which I continuously misremember and refer to Sound to the Sky. And if you look up Sound to the Sky, you're not going to get this anime because I'm stupid. Sound of the Sky was directed by the same dude who made Elfen Lied. And if you know anything about Elfen Lied, you might not watch this, but Sound of the Sky is actually a very beautiful music anime / military anime about this girl who, I believe she was orphaned or something in any event. She was stranded in this deserted place, and then she heard a woman trumpeting Amazing Grace, which they overuse Amazing Grace, I swear to God, so much. But she was trumpeting Amazing Grace, and she wanted to be a trumpeter. And the only way you can learn how to be a trumpeter is if you go to the military. So she got logged in with this other group of only female military people, and it's really relaxing, cool. And again, like most comedy anime, it doesn't pick up to the last 3 episodes. And then it has the most beautiful French song I've ever heard in an anime my entire life. You can find it in my anime openings playlist. It's really good, and You can really see the similarities between the director of Elfen Lied and Sound of the Sky, because it's, again, sleeping girls in gold and traditional paintings, and it's just great. You should watch it. Sound of the Sky. See, I'm looking dead at the title, and I still mess it up. Sound of the Sky, not Sound to the Sky. And then finally at number 1, we have horror. If you did not think horror would be on here, you do not know me well enough, because I love scary things. I love gore. It's just great. I'm currently looking up at my Elfen Lied art print that I bought at BonsaiCon because I love it so much, and the artist is Ika Hime, who drew it for me, and if you go on my Instagram you can see where I posted about it. But Ika Hime, she is great. But about horror, I love horror because I love the gore, I love the violence. I don't know why. Horror, and like, horror is meant to scare people, except horror rarely scares me. It's usually the supernatural horror that scares me, when all I have are gore horror on here for some reason. But some supernatural horror, Ayakashi Japanese classics, Jigoku Shoujo is really good. Gosh, I forget. It's like this anime made out of paper cutouts. It's really good. I forget the name of it right now, but I believe I mentioned it in a past video. But let's just get started with the anime you see on screen. First is Elfen Lied, and it's so good. Oh my gosh. And I was confused as to what Elfen Lied was for the longest time, because Elfen Lied, the main character, has a split personality disorder, so she can either be this psychopath or this really cute girl, and some people would only show the really cute girl clips or the psychopath clips. So I had no idea what Elfen Lied was about until I watched it, and oh my gosh, it's super crazy. It's insane. I almost made an entire video about it when I finished watching it, because I'm like, what the heck did I just watch? It's a full WTF moment. Like, full on, crazy, insane, but mwah, it's perfect. I love it. And there's no merch out for it, so I'm so happy I got this art print, and I love it so much. Love it. 10 out of 10. Next is When They Cry, also known as Higurashi. Higurashi could count as psychological or dementia anime, but I felt it did best as horror, because the first season really did a good job of this gore and body horror and really confusion. The second season is also really good. I don't know if I would count it as much as horror, but it does. The second season is more the psychological part, where you have to, or where you're watching this character and it's a really big strain on her memory to fix the summer and make it so it isn't repeating 24/7. And it's just, it's great. You should watch it. This is also the anime people meme about, anime is for kids, and then they show, like, the scene of Sadako being, like, nailed to the cross. It's great. Oh, next is Corpse Party. I would highly recommend playing or watching the games. Also, something about, Higurashi. I believe there's been a re-release on the Switch, so if you have a Switch, have fun with that. I want a Switch, but they're expensive as crap. Anyways, next is Corpse Party, and I fangirled over this anime so hard. So hard, in fact, I made a Wattpad account just to write fanfictions about Corpse Party. Now, as I said before in previous videos, I've disabled my Wattpad account, but I had nothing but Corpse Party fanfictions, and my most popular story had 10,000 reads, and it was a Corpse Party fanfiction. It was obsessive, and I will admit the anime was not as good as the games. If you have the ability to play the games or watch the games, I would highly recommend watching the games or playing them, because the anime does not do the games justice at all. But it's gore, so it's on here, and it's really good. It's really good gore, and it's uncensored, and for some reason this is the one you can always find on YouTube, like full perfect 1080p, like frames per second, all that good stuff. It's the after story that's usually really heavily censored for like no reason, because there's like nothing to censor in that one, but whatever. It's really good gore. I mean, the story's crap, but Corpse Party, I was obsessive over it. I need help. Anyways, so that's it for this video. I really wanted to do something easy to get back in with, and I know I've kind of rambled a lot, and this is like, what, a 30-minute long video, but, you know, whatever, we're chill. Anyways, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry I went MIA. It's just, when I go to BonsaiCon, it takes me out for like a week or so, so I don't really feel like posting a video, and I did try to post a video, but it wasn't gonna work, and sorry. If you want me to make another specific video talking about BonsaiCon, I'll try to upload the one I originally made. but it was going to take like 12 hours to upload, and I'm not about that life. Anyways, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more anime and otaku related content. Ciao, chicos!